looking after kids. I don't know what age they were they?
Teenagers.
Oh, teenagers. Yeah, she's got no teaching ability now. She's just sort of finished university. So she's 24/7. She had to actually sleep with the kids in this place. And there was actually weren't very good kids. But anyway, Amy got over it and sort of enjoyed your time out there. So that was okay. So she came back to the UK, and what am I doing now? So community police. Everybody was sort of going into community police at that time, because the government wanted some cheap policemen somewhere. So Amy joins the community police, and she's stationed at Market Harborough, which is quite a nice place for her. So she's there, and one of her friends who's bridesmaid today, Kelly, she's there, and they're on the beat together. They're sort of inseparable. Two community cops, girls, young, tramping around Market Harborough every day, looking to cry. And at the time, me and Joy had a friend who was based out of Market Harborough. Well, Joy knew him, Carl. But he said to me, I said, what are they like? You know, what are the girls like? She says, we call them, what do you call them? The cheeky girls. So I said, why is that in Carl? She says, well, you know, we come back with shopping when we're out on the beach. So she said, it's not really done when you're in uniform, but he says they were great fun, and nobody really brought them to task over it, so it was okay. So Amy worked there for 9 months, I think, at which time you considered joining the police, I think, didn't you? Because did you take the exams, or...?
Yeah.
She took the exams, and the police says that once she'd gone travelling, there would be a place for her when she came back, but as it worked out, that didn't happen. So, right, Amy's off around the world now, so she's earned some money at the community police off the back of all hers, sort of paying taxes now. So she's off around the world. Is it 4 continents? 4 or 6 continents?
Yeah, I think 30.
And she went with Sally, who's here today. Sally's somewhere. There's Sally over there. She met Sally through friends friends there. So there they are over there. So Sally and Amy are off for 9 months, and they end up going everywhere, don't you? South America, South Africa, everywhere, really. Everywhere. So they end up in the other side, New Zealand. So they decide to go to the Cook Islands. I don't know why. If you're still in New Zealand, you'd probably go to America, I should think. But Amy and Sally, Cook Islands, they've heard such good things about it. So they're in the Cook Islands, and they find out that if you go to church on a Sunday, you get free food, dancing, and drink all day. Every Sunday. So there was only where Sally and Amy were going to be. That was going to be at the church on a Sunday in the Cook Islands. So anyway, we've done that, and Amy's come back. And are you joining the police, Amy? No. That's why you passed all the exams. You put a lot of effort into it. No, I don't want to join the police now. I want to be a school teacher. Well, okay. So what are you going to do? She says, I'm going to apply to get my PGCE. So she applies to Oxford Brookes, goes for a year, and gets PGCE. So then she has to spend 2 years in a teaching job to qualify her. So she goes to Aylesbury, where she met Magali, who's over there, who's a French teacher there. And later on, Magali was a really good friend to Amy, because when she finally went to Spain, Magali actually went with Amy the first week, because Magali, being French, can speak about 9 languages. And she went as a Spanish interpreter for Amy, so she could get an apartment and meet people and set herself up, which was very good of Magali, actually. Well, thank you for that. Right, where am I now? Spain now, yeah. So Amy rolls up in Spain and she goes to a place called, well, Almeria, but she actually teaches in a place called Riquetas, which is just probably 8 miles away, something like that. So we go over and see her, and Amy's living in an apartment, remember an apartment block on the dock, on the pit, on the fishing port. And she walks along this lovely beach, about, I don't know, 20 minutes. And the school's on the beach as well. So, this is lovely. So, well, yeah, it's all right. She says, but, you know, I have to do that every day. So she got herself a bike to begin with, so she could bike it. Anyway, she still did for a year, and sort of the same school, and decided she was staying for another year, so she took a car down. We had this little Yaris, didn't we? And she got in the car and all the way down to Almeria, and for the next 3 years, she had a car down there. But on the 3rd year, something changed. Because all of a sudden, Amy's really happy and smiling. And there's a new teacher in the school. PE teacher, as they always are. And we had to rely on our son a bit, because Amy confides a bit more in John, and that's our son, than me and Joy, because probably the age difference. And we find out there's like a Welshman doing a bit of sports down there. So me and Joy think we better get down there and see what's happening. So anyway, we eventually meet Jonathan. The first thing that impressed us about Jonathan was that his well use of gadgets. I mean, the first time we met him, and he flies about, no problem. We had a fly squatter for every different fly that flew in the air. But it's also improved Amy's lifestyle, because every time we visited her flat, one by one, the sort of light bulbs were going out. And so I think there was about 2 in the whole of the flat that worked. And then we turned up another time, and everywhere's lighting. So between them, they've gone bought some lamps and got the job done. I could tell you the story about the toilet. We're at home, and all of a sudden the telephone, the mobile phone goes, and Amy goes, "My flat's flooded out." I said, "Well, get a plumber." She says, "Yeah, but it's 1 o'clock in the morning." Well, it's an hour difference. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning. I said, "Go on Skype then and show me what's happening." So we went on Skype, and I looked at the toilet, and I knew about toilets. So between us, in about an hour, we managed to stop it flooding and just keep the water going down into the toilet and not flooding the flat. So next day, I had to get a plumber in, because we couldn't turn the cop stuff up, because that was solid, and like it always is, because people don't use them. So that was another thing that happened. Right, so we've got that, and we've met Jonathan. And all of a sudden, to stop him for the 4th year in Spain. And Amy's going to go after 3 years, because she always thought Riquetas was somewhere like living in Boston in Lincolnshire or somewhere, in the middle of nowhere, with nothing to do. But anyway, all of a sudden, there's plenty of things to do on the board here.
Games to play.
And lots of games to play, because Jonathan is always very good at any game you want to play on the beach or anywhere else. Always well equipped. Bat balls. So we're in China again, and all of a sudden, in Spain, and all of a sudden, the end of that 4th year, they came to us and said, we want to go somewhere where we're going to earn a bit more money and have a different lifestyle. So they applied for a lot of different jobs, and they ended up in China, because one was quite good pay, I should think. And did you really want to to the Chinese lifestyle.
No, we didn't want to go to China.
Anyway, they've ended up there for 2 years and made a really good fist of it, I think. And they've done their 2 years prison in China. But what used to happen is that they used to go in the second year, I think, they used to go into Hong Kong quite a lot. And Jonathan played rugby in Hong Kong as well. And they got to like Hong Kong quite well, so they've started applying for jobs in Hong Kong. One thing I have missed actually is when I got a phone call one night from Jonathan, who never used to phone me up, and he said, I'd like to marry your daughter, if that's okay. This was in a wet January in England, and I thought he'd gone mad as well. What is this? But he also said that we get Chinese New Year off in February, and we're going to Bali. He says, I want to ask Amy to marry me when it's her birthday in February. So can you keep everything away from Amy and just keep it quiet? So yeah, it's not a problem. So this was in February, it's in January, I think, when you asked us wedding. So the weeks go by and they go off on their holiday. And then Amy's birthday comes up and Joy's saying, phone's not rang. I said, give him a chance, give Amy a chance. You know, so time goes on, there is about 8 or 9 hour time difference. And Joy's going, phone's still not rang. I said, well, perhaps Amy said no then. No, she wouldn't. He's a Welshman, she wouldn't say no to a Welshman. So, anyway, we never did get a telephone call. What we did get was a WhatsApp notification from Amy saying, I know you already know, and the answer is yes. So anyway, just to bring it up to date now, so Amy and Jonathan are off to Hong Kong in August, early August. It's a new chapter of their life together, and they'll be going as a married couple, which is absolutely brilliant. I can't think of a better person like my daughter to marry than Jonathan, really, because he's a good guy, he's straight, and he's... Anyway, they're extremely well suited. They have the same interests. They like visiting new places. And we are delighted that they've finally got together. I wrote this when you were together. So I'd just like to give a toast to an happy marriage and many happy years together and a bright future. Amy and Jonathan.